Just wanted to do a quick video today with the topic about if you find that you wake up in the morning and you're really struggling to find a reason to want to be here, that's your soul's voice telling you that it's pretty much done with planet Earth. The journey, the repetitious experiences, the same people, the same encounters, the same events, the same moments that keep like replaying themselves as if you're watching some sort of like sitcom rerun, the same cyclical looping patterns. So it grows very leery of this. So you have to convince your soul to want to be here, because this is why you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, not again. It isn't your physical mind, because the physical mind is like a hapless child. It doesn't know what to do unless it's told. The soul knows full well, because you should always see your soul as being your cosmic mind, and your heart as not only a doorway to that cosmic mind, but a bridge through which all of the metaphysical elements cross over into this lower, slower terrestrial density, which is physical matter, basically. So whenever you wake up in the morning and you feel like, oh, not again, it isn't just the perpetual grind, the mundane menial tasks and chores, the never-ending repetition of getting up, getting your coffee, going to work, fighting traffic, dealing with negative people, working at a job that you can't stand, and you have to come back and do it in reverse. You got to get back in your car, fight traffic. Now everything's remote. So the good thing is that most people aren't even having to travel to work. They could just go right into their den or their living room or their office in their home, and they're ready to go. But in essence, it's basically the same thing. It's more often than not the death of your inner child. So that's the way the system's constructed. So the soul knows, I'm not digging this, and there's nothing I could do to change it. So it's like, okay, we're just going to keep being, exposed to the same things and susceptible and vulnerable to the same energies, and have to experience and observe the same reality and be, exposed and have to deal with the same people, the same energies, the same character, personality, mostly all of a negative nature. Not to say that there aren't good people in the world, there are. But if you feel like you just don't have any kind of inspiration or motivation or any kind of desire to want to do anything when you're laying in bed, like in other words, like you're in a place you don't want to be and you want to leave, that's as succinctly and as laconic as I can put it. And it happens to everybody, because it's your soul growing tired of this system that they have contrived to knock everybody down except themselves. They don't suffer the pangs and throes of what they perpetuate and force on us. There's two sets of laws, one that they don't have to follow and one that's forced upon us that they are exempt from. And it makes it harder and harder and harder and harder and harder every day. So if they find that you're trying to do good, they're going to take it away. That's why if you look at marijuana and cocaine, marijuana is listed as a level 1 or a tier 1 drug, 1990. Cocaine is listed as a tier 3. Level 1 is the most dangerous. The reason they do this is because they know that people who are destitute and impoverished, they go to marijuana because it's an escape mechanism. It's like a way to cope. And they want to take that away to make you suffer even more. And cocaine is a rich man's drug. So of course they're going to lessen the severity of it in their classifications. It's all nonsense. It's all rigged. The whole system is rigged. That's why your soul's like, I'm not digging it, because your soul knows. Your soul can see the binary code, the geometry of all of this. Your physical mind is clueless. That's why they keep saying, oh, the pineal gland, the third eye. I mean, listen, dude, that's all nonsense. You got to get right with that. It's nothing to do with your physical head. This right here, nothing to do with it. That's what they want you to think and believe and know to be the truth, because this is the one thing they can control, and they do it every single day. I got to catch myself sometimes. Sometimes I fall back into these social programs from when I was a kid. I start becoming self-conscious and inhibited and have personal insecurities and, self-doubts and all. I got to wait a minute. I'm too far along in my progress on my spiritual evolutionary journey and my development to be doing the same garbage I did 30 years ago. This is crazy. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to concern myself with what people think or feel about me or how I should be acting around people. I'm afraid to be myself. And it's nonsense. That's how they destroy you. So your soul wakes up in the morning with your physical body, says, I don't want to do this again. So that's why you get that overwhelming sensation that you have to literally fight to find a reason to want to be here. And that's okay. Honor those feelings. Don't brush them aside. Don't think that you're crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You have to honor all of your feelings and emotions, your impulses, your instincts, your sensations, your thoughts, everything. Honor it. Your intuition, your awareness, your perception. Honor all of it. If your intuition is telling you something is bad, don't disregard it, because your intuition is a voice through which the angelic realm speaks to your soul on earth. So don't go, whatever. I'm not going to listen to that. Because your ego is going, yeah, do that, do that, do that. Because your ego wants you to destroy yourself. Your intuition, think of your ego as a voice of the darkness. Arrogance is the voice of the ego. Humility is the voice of the soul. That's your intuition, your intuitive self. Your intuition will always guide you in the proper direction because your angels are guiding you through that intuitive sense, your precognitive intuition. That is an angelic element. Whereas the byproduct of this prehistoric, Stone Age, antiquated, archaic, primitive, primordial, time in human history is the ego. And it's always, the ego is in everything. Birds, fish, anything that has a heart and lungs and a pulse, there's an ego. I'd venture to say that even trees have an ego, because if you could see, they always fight and jockey for position for which tree can get the best part of the sun. So they're fighting too. You just can't see it because these are deceivingly rapid, imperceivable motions. These transitional fluctuations that you can't perceive with the human eye. But if you have time-lapse photography, you can catch it. Everything is moving. Everything is in motion, even though you don't think so. There's nothing that's intangible. There's nothing that's inanimate. Everything is living and breathing because everything is of the earth, and everything of the earth is of source. So therefore, it's alive. And your soul knows this. So your soul is recognizing the elements of a metaphysical nature and going, okay, I could do, but the stuff of a physical nature, the soul has grown tired of it a long time ago. It's like, how many times could you babysit the same 4-year-old and still have the same zeal and enthusiasm and optimism about it when they're becoming spoiled little brats and screaming and smacking you in your face and making a mess every day. That's what I'm saying. After a while, you're like, I'm just done. That's exactly what your soul is going through. It's like, I'm tired of the same rat race and the grind. You wake up, it's like watching a repeat sitcom. It's true. Human beings are incredibly predictable. It's always about sex and money. That is the culmination of the human experience. Who can sleep with you and who can take your money, or how they can manipulate you or scam you or con you. And there are good people in the world, and that's the reason why God doesn't pull the plug on us. This is just an experiment. When human beings reach terminus, and we will, the universe will move on to something else. But until that time, recognize that when you wake up in the morning and you have that overwhelming sensation like, God, I don't want to be here anymore, that's your soul that has grown tired of this rat race, this system, these isms, these schisms, these ideologies, these doctrines, these rules and laws that the people who write them don't have to follow them, because these are brazen individuals who operate with complete impunity above the laws of man, but not above the laws of God. So they're all fooling themselves. So just know you're here for reasons and purposes that are far beyond your mortal comprehension, because every breath is not taken, it's given to you. So every breath is given to you. God has a reason and purpose for you being here. It's just up to you to find out what that is. So don't get depressed and sad and lonely and have these elated highs and devastating lows, and you feel aggravated and frustrated and perturbed and upset and disturbed and angered and flustered. People are always going to be what they are. Negative, predictable, and they follow a pattern. That's why they're easily programmable. That's why the system can program them to wear masks or take the poke, and they don't even question. They're like, okay. And they don't even ask what's in the stuff. Just take it. If they tell you to take 25 of them, you'll take it. Wear this mask for the rest of your life. Wear 7 of them. Wear 10 of them. Put a plastic bag over your head with duct tape around your neck. Oh, okay. And you'll see these people driving in their cars 65 miles an hour with a surgical mask on. The windows are up. Nobody around. And they're like, and I'm like, no virus is going to jump into your car at 65 miles an hour through closed windows. And the wearing of the mask, the best way I could put it to you folks, wearing a piece of thin piece of like corrugated paper over your lips and your nose to try and stop a microscopic virus is as useful as screen doors on a submarine. It's just nonsense. It's theater. It's all theater. That's a whole other video. This is the reason why your soul is tired of this place. It's like, okay, rinse, lather, repeat. Here we go again. No matter how hard I try, you're not going to change the system. It's been implanted in people, it's been implemented, and it's been in place forever. And unless somebody comes to take them out, it's, you're just looking at more of the same until people rise up, wise up, wake up, and shake this place up, because sometimes life has to shake you to wake you. And right now we are in an extreme place in human history, because we are absolutely contemplating the extinction of humanity if people don't wake up and do something about it. But anyway, your soul knows this, and it's just like, I just want to get out of here, because you understand, the earth is not your home. You are not the body. You are not a physical being. You're only in this physical vessel temporarily, and then you go somewhere else. Or maybe you'll come back in another form, like a cat or the wind or a tree. I don't know. But there's a reason why when you wake up in the morning, you just don't want to be here. It's because your soul is tired of this place. But, the heart says carry on. And God's giving you every breath, so there's reasons for you to be here. So you have to know what they are, fulfill them, your life missions, your soul's purposes, help as many as you can, and then that's it, you depart. Anyway, God bless your incredible heart, your wonderful soul. Have an amazing day, and always know that you are always loved, you are never alone, and all your darkness is behind you. Amen.